celebrated their third championship in 4 years with a parade in downtown Oakland as a new dynasty in sports is born. The Houston Astros won their first championship last October and have a team with the dream of making a dynasty of their own. The Athletics' young core players have future championship aspirations on their mind, and tonight the two teams collide in the first of a three-game set at the Coliseum. It's the A's and the Astros next. Well, after an off day yesterday, the A's are back to work as the world champs are in town. That would be the Houston Astros, and that is the challenge for Daniel Migden tonight. It's the A's and the Astros coming up on NBC Sports California, powered by Xfinity. Hi again, everybody, and welcome to Oakland A's Baseball. I'm Glenn Kuiper. For the Houston Astros, they win their first ever World Series championship last year, and they have not slowed down so far this year. They're having a terrific season, a good record of 42-25. And listen, they do everything well. They play well on the road. They can hit, they can pitch, they don't make a lot of errors, and they have superstars. What more do you want? So no surprise that this is a terrific team. To talk more about them, let's bring in my broadcast partner, Dallas Braden. Well, you can look for weaknesses if you want, but you're probably not going to find it.
You're going to be hard-pressed. You're going to need Sherlock Holmes on your side in order to figure this equation out. No doubt they can pitch, they can hit. You mentioned it all, Kipe, and they're going to be tasked with Daniel Migden tonight for the Oakland A's. Daniel Migden, a young man who got off to a tremendous start this season, has struggled early, has struggled lately, and for Daniel Migden, it's about the fastball. He's got the ability to throw it early for strikes. He can put guys away with it, and really it's about how he navigates 3, 4, 5 in the order. Over the last two starts, Kipe, slugging over 1,000 are the 3, 4, 5 spots for Contact's league average 438. So for Migden, get ahead with that heater, get the lefties in and out there. He's got 3 to deal with tonight, and he should be okay.
And Dallas, this is his hometown team, the Houston Astros, and he has faced them twice already this year, has not pitched well against them, so he needs to get that out of his mind, concentrate, and pitch a little bit better against the Astros.
No doubt. You got to get Migden out there early. You got to get him going. If we can scratch a few across for Daniel Migden early, that'll help him relax and settle into a nice groove.
All right, the Astros will send Lance McCullers to the mound. McCullers looking for his 8th win of the year. When we come back, we'll have lineups and first pitch. It's game 1 of 3. It's the A's and the Astros.
designed for the grind that comes through every time. See your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places. By Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. And by Jack in the Box. Try Jack's Spicy Chicken Club Combo with toasted sourdough. New from Jack in the Box.
All right, here come the A's after an off day. They're ready to roll. And they're going to play the Houston Astros tonight. First of a 3-game series. Game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is open daily. Beautiful night. It's 70 degrees, so a little warmer tonight. It was warm all over the Bay Area, so we figured it would be a little nicer here tonight at the Coliseum. All right, let's take a look at the world champion Houston Astros starting lineup. It's brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Springer, Bregman, Altuve, Correa, Gurriel, Reddick, Gaddis, McCann, and Kemp. That's Tony Kemp. There's your Astros lineup.
That's right. And the mustache, Mr. Mingden, taking on the Houston Astros. Roughed up a little bit last time out against the Texas Rangers. 4 long balls, all surrendered to the lefties in the lineup. But what Daniel Mingden has working in his favor, Kipe, is the ability to get ahead. First pitch strikes, 64% on the season for Daniel Mingden against an aggressive Astros lineup. So you get ahead, he'll have an opportunity to expand later.
Defensively, the A's have Canna in left, Fowler in center, and Piscotty in right. Chapman, Simeon, Lowry, and Olsen on the infield, with Jonathan Lucroy doing the catching. So, Dallas, you've given us something to look for.
That's right.
Watch what happens on the first pitch.
Yes.
Not just to Springer, but to maybe all the Astros hit.
Very aggressive throughout 1 through 9.
So here is Springer. Mingden with the pump, and he's ready to go. And here's the first pitch of the ball game. And it's on the inside corner for a strike. That's Todd Tishner calling balls and strikes. Alan Porter's at first. Angel Hernandez at second. Bill Miller is the crew chief. Bill is down at third. Daniel Mingden looking for his 7th win of the year. Trying to figure out a way to do some damage against the Astros. Mingden has faced the Astros twice this year and no luck in either one. Bregman to follow, and then Altuve. Good fastball there.
When you talk about doing damage, George Springer, individual, leads all of baseball, 5 leadoff home runs this year. But
so that's what the Astros lineup has done against Mingden. There's some good numbers in there, especially Altuve and Correa. So that's who we'll watch closely. And Springer swings and misses. So chased a couple pitches that were borderline, and that one looked like it was off the plate.
Well, Daniel Mingden does a great job of expanding up in the zone with the fastball. Best chase rate in baseball on fastballs up out of the zone. So no question and no mystery as to why they like to expand up. Mingden also a guy who likes to throw that cutter. So anytime you can move that fastball around during the entire AB like he did against Springer without revealing your hand, it's a win.
Pitch cast brought to you by SoFi, a modern finance company. Bregman goes after the first pitch. Skies one into foul territory. Chapman near the seats, and it'll be into the seats. So you just said that Daniel Mingden, say it again, about the high.
He has the highest chase rate on fastballs up out of the zone.
So does that surprise you, because he's not a guy who is a real high velocity?
Sure, but
he's not 97.
What I think you're seeing is an individual learning how to command that fastball. He's taking strides, and anytime you get comfortable pitching up in the zone, you do have to walk that fine line between heart of the zone and higher than high.
Bregman hits one towards center, and he hits it pretty well. Fowler backs up a couple steps before the warning track, and he makes the catch. So 2 outs here in the first inning. Tonight, any 95-mile-per-hour fastball is our fast pitch, brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest Wi-Fi at home and on the go. So here's Jose Altuve. McCann talking it over with his starting pitcher tonight, Lance McCullers.
Jose Altuve steps in Hitting over 400 on the road, Kipe. You want to talk about an Astros team having success, obviously at home, but on the road as well. That's a big reason why.
And he hits one toward left. Canna's back. He's got room, and he makes the catch. So Altuve went after the first pitch. It's a fairly deep fly ball, but nothing for the Astros in the top of the first. Check it. The lineup for the A's brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Fowler, Simeon, Lowry, Davis, Olson, Chapman, Canna, Piscotty, and Lucroy.
They're taking on the spin doctor himself, Mr. Curveball, Lance McCullers. When we know about the pitch usage, you're going to see a steady diet of breaking balls out of the hand of Lance McCullers. What you'll also see is an increased use of the changeup out of Lance McCullers this year, throwing it at a career high rate, something he likes to deploy against these left-handed hitters. So pay attention for that pitch throughout the evening.
First pitch is bounced into right field, a base hit. So Fowler goes after the first pitch, finds a hole, and the A's have their leadoff man aboard. Defensively, the Astros have Kemp in left, Springer in center, Reddick in right, Bregman, Correa on the left side, Altuve and Gurriel on the right side, with Brian McCann doing the catching. So Fowler's aboard. Here's Simeon hitting .260 with 5 home runs and 25 runs batted in. Pitch is tapped up the third base line. Bregman cannot field it clean. Simeon's going to have an infield hit. So 2 pitches into the bottom of the first. The A's have first and second, nobody out.
He'll take it, especially against a guy on the mound like Lance McCullers. Seeing 2 fastballs, 93-94, with a lot of run to the inside part of the plate against the righties here. Simeon gets tied up, but is running hard out of the box, and the only chance Bregman has here is with the bare hand, is unable to corral it here. You see it off the inside part of that webbing of his hand. And the A's are cooking here early. Runners on first and second, nobody out.
Expo brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. And here's Lowry. Lowry at .285, 9 homers, 42 runs batted in. Lowry tied for 9th in the league with the 42 RBIs. And he bounces the first one to Altuve, shuffles to Correa, quick throw to first. Gurriel digs it out, and that's a double play. So just like that, 2 outs.
Well, the defense on display here very early for the Houston Astros. Altuve, this is not an easy hop to handle here. It's kind of that tweener, bitter hop, hard hit. Does a great job with the backhand shuttle over to Correa. And Correa with that strong overhand release, and a heck of a dig on the back end by Yuli Gurriel.
Has scooped 18 of 18 balls thrown in the dirt at first. What a great stat.
Get you a job at Baskin-Robbins with all that scoop.
I've never seen that stat before. That's good.
Wow.
First pitch is outside, but it's interesting. You said something about the ground ball to Altuve, and we talked about it a lot. And sometimes it's nice to have a good visual for a fan to understand when we talk about the in-between hop, and that's what Altuve got. It's a very difficult play for an infield. It's not the short hop. Short hop is not a difficult play.
No.
In-between hop, it is just that. It's in between the short hop and the nice hop.
And
it's just, you just.
Well, Kai, what's tough about it too is the top spin on the ball.
Yeah.
That thing hits and it can accelerate and pick up speed. And if you're in between and you're unable to get that short hop and watch it right into the glove or give yourself some ground and get that big hop, very, very tough. You can kick a piece of dirt or a rock and ricochet left or right.
1-1 pitch to Chris Davis, a little bit outside. All right, so take a look. This is what we're talking about. This is the in-between hop.
And you see that top spin on the ball, and you see how it does. It picks up speed. It stayed down. It didn't kick up necessarily. And because it hits the ground and picks up speed, that's, again, very tough. You don't know if it's going to stay up, go down, kick left or right.
In the dirt, blocked by McCann.
I was talking to Max Stassi earlier today during batting practice, and he just raved and raved about Brian McCann and how welcoming he's been, how much he's learned from Mac. One of the best in the squad, no doubt.
Max Stassi's pretty darn good.
Not too shabby.
3-1 to Chris Davis with 17 home runs and 46 runs batted in. A.J. Hinch in his 4th season in Houston. And that pitch drops low.
There's that changeup.
Looks like McCullers, if that is indeed his changeup thrown at 87, 88, maybe it's not the conventional 83, 84 mile an hour changeup.
You're not seeing that great separation that you're used to seeing, but there you take a look. We talked about the pitch usage. Curveball 43% of the time, fastball 40%, changeup a career high 17%. So he's dibbling and dabbling and fiddling around with that thing. Again, the guy that always comes to mind when you think about great changeup, not quite the separation of velocity of Felix Hernandez. A long way to go before you start talking about your changeup and Felix's in the same conversation.
Here's Olsen, who takes a little bit low. Last year, McCullers threw his curveball 47.5% of the time. So down about 4%. So that 4% is probably has switched over to the changeup.
Yeah, but against the lefties, 52%, Kipe, and that leads all of baseball. So it is a field pitch for him. It's his go-to pitch. Anytime release point starts getting fouled up, you go back to that pitch that makes you feel so good that you're confident in. And for Lance McCullers, that's the curveball.
Josh Reddick fighting that sun a little bit. He's the only guy in the sun. 1-1 pitch, stride, 96 miles an hour.
And look at that run. That is unbelievable run. This ball right here starts at his rib cage, and you can see Ole at the moment he decides to make a decision. It's too late. 96. That's a difficult pitch to hit.
So 1-2 to Olsen, hitting .250 with 13 home runs. And that in the dirt, past McCann. Fowler scores, 1-0 A's. That was almost no chance for Brian McCann.
Well, he got that curveball, but this thing bounces in front of the front foot of Matt Olson here, and Mac just has no chance to body up and slide out and get in front of this thing here. And again, Lance McCullers throwing his curveball 86, 87 miles an hour. As you pointed out, Kipe, that is the hardest across the game as well. So Not much of a shot for McCann to body up.
Olsen swings and misses, and McCullough strikes out Olsen, but a pitch too late. A's get a run on the wild pitch and lead 1-0.
The Habit. Try our delicious sides, including the new Sriracha Lime Tempura Green Beans. Visit habitburger.com for a location near you.
A's lead 1-0 early. Daniel Migden back to work. He had a 3-up, 3-down first inning with a strikeout. Facing Carlos Correa, and he belts one to left down the line. Gone. Second deck. So Carlos Correa, who has missed the last 5 days due to a soreness in his side, well, he looks good to me.
Yeah, it looks like he got the foot down. He got around on this just fine. Fastball up and in. And we mentioned how aggressive this Houston Astros lineup is. We mentioned Daniel Migden's ability to throw the fastball early, 4 strikes, but we knew that that was going to be something to look for. And the Astros have not disappointed in terms of their aggression early in the count.
Here's Gurriel. He takes a little bit inside. Carlos Correa missed the last 4 games with that soreness in the right side. He left the game on Wednesday. The Astros were playing the Mariners and has not played since, but back in the lineup tonight, feeling much better, and he homers in his first at bat. He had discomfort in his right side.
Yeah, you think about how rotational the game of baseball is, how important the core is.
Simeon reaches for it, cannot quite get it. Base hit left center field. Gurriel is going to try for 2. Fowler's throw is not quite in time. Gurriel holds onto the bag, and he's got a double.
It was 2 out of the box for Gurriel. This ball is absolutely smoked. If Simeon knocks this down, he might find himself out in left center. And that's why you see this ball skip out, and Fowler does a great job of cutting it off. With the reverse pivot is really his only shot at the play at second if he's going to make a play. But again, Gurriel, 2 out of the box for the Pineapple. And he's into second safely with the head first slide.
So Gurriel gets his 16th double, and here's Reddick. First pitch to Reddick, a little bit low. That's what Gurriel does. He's kind of a doubles machine. He'll hit some home runs, but he's not going to hit you 30, but he's going to get a whole bunch of doubles. Reddick at 222 with 6 home runs. He's got 18 RBIs. So a little bit of a tough first 2.5 months for Josh Reddick. He was also on the disabled list for a while.
Yep.
Had a leg infection. Just came back last week, so he missed 14 games.
Finds himself 3-0 here against Mingden. One of the things Daniel Mingden has done extremely well, Kipe, has forced lefties into action, has walked 1 of 152 left-handed batters faced this season, and that came last time out.
How about that?
Well, get out your calculator. StatCast, my friend, is going to let us know exactly what this looked like. Almost 110 off the bat of Carlos Correa. Second deck living. 28-degree launch angle, 410 feet away from home plate.
Batting in the 7th position.
Loud noise for Correa early.
Number 11, Evan Gattis.
Yeah, that was Correa's 11th home run of the year. Opponent's batting average, first time through, second time through, third time through. So he has this year struggled some in the early going. He's given up 10 of his 36 runs this year in the first inning. So it's been a little bit of an inning where he kind of has to find it a little bit.
It's a feeling out point, and that's why I really felt like it was important for the A's to scratch something across early against McCullers, give him the opportunity to really settle in.
And that one is hit to deep left field. Gone. That's a 3-run homer for Evan Gattis, and it's quickly 4-1 Houston. So Dallas, first pitch, fastball.
First pitch fastball. Again, Kipe.
So it's interesting because it's really sort of a battle of what both sides do best. Migden, it's what makes him good. He's a strike thrower and he throws strikes early. The Astros love to swing early, and right now the Astros are winning the battle.
And normally I would say absolutely, as a pitcher, side with what you do well. That is what has gotten you here. When you have a lineup 1 through 9 who essentially is telling you, if you throw your first pitch fastball, I will be swinging at your first pitch fastball, and I can do it with authority and I can do damage. If the numbers bear that out, that is when it is time to flip the script. That is when it is time to make an adjustment here.
Well, we'll see if he does, but there's just no margin for error against the Astros lineup.
No, I mean, we saw Bregman fly out to center field. He swung at the first pitch, which was a fastball. Altuve comes up, first pitch fastball swinging, fly ball to left. Correa, first pitch fastball, homer. Gattis, first pitch fastball, homer.
Big swing by McCann. So the count 1-2. So the home runs were not an issue for most of the year for Migden, but they have been lately. Drops that one low. So pretty good take by McCann, and now the count is full.
Trying to go to that backdoor slider.
3-2 pitch, foul back. So Migden, his 2 starts this year against the Astros before tonight. April 28th in Houston was not a good one. He got knocked out in the 3rd inning. Gave up 5 runs, 4 earned, and then a couple starts later on the 9th of May, he pitched much better here. 6 2/3 innings, gave up just a couple of runs, but he took the loss. So one bad outing and a much better outing, but when it's all said and done, both losses, and you mix that in with last year, he has yet to beat his hometown team, the Astros.
A little bit of a hurdle.
2, and it's a little bit high. Second walk in the inning. Migden coming into this start just 11 walks in 78 innings.
That's been the hallmark of his early success this season, in my opinion, has been his ability to be in and around the zone.
Well, this inning has gone homer, double, walk, homer, walk. So here's Tony Kemp. First pitch to Kemp is a little bit inside. It looks like, and you would know much better than I, because I'm not a pitching coach. It looks like Migden now is rushing a little bit.
A little bit, and that's, you're seeing him jerk baseballs. You're seeing him miss location with the fastball, and this is just a matter of timing for Migden. He's just got to slow himself down a little bit and get back on track.
Good pitch there. Gets the strike call from the umpire, Todd Tishner.
That's a great pitch. Good change up there to get his arm speed back in action.
Kemp a homer and 10 RBIs. Kemp has been playing a lot. He has started now 20 of the last 24 games for the Astros. He was called up in the middle of May. We've seen Kemp in the big leagues for a couple years now, off and on. Seems to be a little bit of an opening in left field for the Astros. And Kemp is doing a great job.
Let's think, he can play center. He can spell Springer. He can play left. Left-handed speedster. Find himself a nice little spot towards the bottom of that lineup. Turn it over. You got a guy like George Springer who can hit the long ball, contact as well.
Jake Marisnick really struggling this year. He was getting a fair amount of time in the outfield, but Marisnick is just scuffling big time. Marisnick hitting 153. Hit hard to Olson. He steps on the bag. It'll be a tag at second, and that is going to be a double play. So Kemp hit it hard, but Olson playing right there.
Well, it's a good job by Ole as well to go for the tag here on the force with the speedster. Kemp getting down the line. Field it nice and easy. Make the tag, make the turn. McCann, obviously, the catcher on the base path. He's not going to be bearing down on Simeon or Lowry, whoever's taking that throw. So it's a good, fundamentally sound play by Olson over at first.
2 outs for Springer. Springer takes a breaking ball low. Springer struck out in the first. Springer having a very fine season. 14 homers, 41 RBI. Springer is 3rd in the league in runs scored. He's tied for 4th in hits. He's 8th in the league in total bases. So he's filling up the stat sheet.
Well, and he don't play around.
No.
He's up there. He's looking to hit. He's ready to hit. He's got a game plan. And honestly, that's why I do like the high fastball to a guy like George Springer. But again, it's got to be higher than high. And Migden, we talked about the success he has. But you can see there, Kuip, when you got 2 guys on your squad, then the first 3 hitters of your lineup leading the AL in hits.
And that one is stroked toward right center. Ballard on 1 hop. Springer has his first hit. So the long inning continues for Daniel Migden.
Well, George Springer gets a fastball, runs to the inner third here, stays inside, little inside out, backspin beauty out to right center.
Alex Bregman.
It's a strong individual to be able to inside out pitches like that, especially with that sort of velocity coming in.
Eighth man to bat in the inning is Bregman. And that was pitch number 27 in this inning for Migden. So that nice quick first inning has kind of vanished in the mess here in the second inning.
When you talk about no let up, again, you got the guy who leads the AL and leadoff homers standing on first base. You got a guy riding a 9-game hit streak coming in here in the 2-hole.
Chapman going to go across the diamond. He does in time. Damage done with a Correa home run, a solo shot, and then Gaddis a 3-run homer. So it's 4-0 Astros, 4-1.
The gift of baseball with MLB.tv. Watch baseball live or on demand on his favorite supported devices. Save 50% now through Father's Day. Blackout and other restrictions do apply, so visit MLB.tv for details.
All right. I'll do that.
Get it in you.
Shutdown inning opportunity for McCullers. He's been good. 86%. The league average is 72. 1-1 the count to Chapman. Canada follow, and then Piscotty here in the bottom of the second inning. So a little work to do for the A's, but it is early.
It is early, and I like that you said that because the numbers say that odds aren't good.
Chapman rips one into left field. Kemp hustles over, goes into a slide. Chapman's going to try for 2, and he's going to make it. Head first slide for a double for Chapman. Good hustle.
Well, that's the name of the game, Kai. Hustle out of the box for Captain America. And Tony Kim does a phenomenal job of not only cutting this ball off in left field, but going into the slide. If he's going to have a play at second base, it's going to be because of that. He hits the cutoff man, Correa, who probably wasn't anticipating Chapman coming into second. Makes a great transitional throw onto Altuve, but Chapman with the head first slide into second. And again, aggressive out of the box.
So here's Canna. Canna takes a strike. Boy, his ball's moving a lot tonight.
Well, he actually this season, Kipe, early in spring training, he was fiddling around with a different 2-seam grip, and that's what he's deployed early on here. And the movement is unbelievable.
Man, he's holding high velocity with movement too. Taps slowly toward short. Correa's got it. Fires to first, and they get Canna. But Chapman, with a good read, he takes off and makes it to third.
It's a great read by Chapman. The slow roller off the changeup from Lance McCullers.
Right fielder, number 25, Steven Piscotty.
See here, and I think one of the things that helped him make that read was you see Alex Bregman break towards his left as if he might have been able to make a play on that. Chapman, understanding how things go over there at third base, knew that he'd have an opening.
So here's Piscotty. McCullers will go from the windup. Piscotty hits one into center. Springer sets up. Here comes Chapman. Springer gets a little behind it. The throw to the plate is a little offline. Chapman scores. Piscotty with a sacrifice fly. So that makes it a 4-2 game.
Well, really, it's a great display of base running by Matt Chapman from his at-bat on the way to over to third base, putting himself in scoring position. Piscotty gets a pitch he can hit in the air out to center. Springer does a good job of playing through this baseball, but again, Chapman making the read from second to third, gets him to third base, times it up perfectly, and Chapman can pick him up and put him down with the best of the infielders across the game. Safe at home. A's scratch another one across.
So Piscotty gets his 24th RBI of the year. It's his third sacrifice fly. And the A's are running the first or running the second, so you'd like to see them get a run here.
Claw right
like
back.
They did. Just let them know you're not going away. Lucroy at 266. He's got a homer and 17 RBIs. Bregman charges, scoops it, throws on the run, and they get Lucroy. Side retired, A's get a run. Sacrifice fly by Piscotty. It's 4-2 Astros. Refreshing finish. Quite a day today in downtown Oakland. Warriors celebrating their third championship in 4 years. Big parade. I think they had a good time.
Decent.
I don't think you get used to having these parades, right? It's not like, oh, okay, we had one.
Yeah, you're not just missing it.
So they deserve it. They had a lot of fun. Partied a little bit. Don't know what the total head count was, but
probably a lot.
There was a lot of people.
$500,000, easy.
I'm telling you, it will not be the last parade for that group.
No, not at all. They're just getting started.
Yep.
0-2 to Altuve. 4-2 Astros lead here in the top of the third. Altuve, Correa, and Gurriel.
Kipe, I like the adjustment already from Daniel Mingden and Lucroy. Soft here twice to Altuve to start the AB off.
Piscotty hustling in. He's got it. One out, and here's Carlos Correa. He jumped on the first pitch he saw from Mingden in the second inning.
Yeah, we're seeing him flip the script here early. Here the second time around, soft first pitch. Not the case with this Correa homer. First pitch fastball up and in. Carlos Correa said, I'll take that to welcome myself back.
Quite a young player, Carlos Correa. 11 home runs, now 40 RBIs. He's 6 for 11 with 2 home runs in his career against Migden. So be careful.
Simonage.
Dropped a changeup in there first strike.
Well, again, Kite, I think you learned your lesson the first time around.
Sometimes being stubborn is not the smartest thing to do.
Right, it's all part of taking your lumps at the big league level. You know, and again, I think what Jonathan Lucroy is thinking, which I would agree with more times than not, is let's play to your strengths, which is get ahead with that fastball early, but you've got a dynamic group in Houston.
In first strike, another off-speed pitch, 1-2. Broken bat flare down the right field line, but foul.
Well, I like the idea there, trying to go with the fastball away. Talk about the run. Looks like that pitch kind of creeped back over. Was able to get in enough on Correa to break his back.
See if this one was in off the plate. Half.
Yeah, that's the thing, is they're set up away, but this thing ran in just enough under the label. So you get away with one there. I think Correa is a guy that you can absolutely get to chase up in the zone, and for Daniel Migden, obviously a lot of success in doing so.
One and two. That one cued right side. Migden scoops it up, and he will wait and tag Carlos Correa for the second out. One unassisted. So two away.
Not often.
No.
Not often.
It's usually the pick it up and the sprint to the bag because the first baseman's not there.
He's probably shaded somewhere. Migden's a great athlete.
Center field. Fowler hustling back, and he's got it. So a 3-up, 3-down inning for Migden. Bottom of the third coming up. Astros 4, A's 2.
All military by sharing a photo or video with hashtag #HatsOffForHeroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans.
Top of the order for the A's, 4-2 Houston. He's got a run in the first. They got a run in the second against Lance McCullers. Fowler opened up the bottom of the first with a base hit, and then he scored on a wild pitch. So he's had a good weekend. Did what they needed to do against the Royals. I think it's an important 6-game stretch here.
No doubt.
The Angels come in this weekend. Angels having a good season. We know all about Houston. And it's such a tough division now with the Mariners having a great season.
Right.
And we're looking at this obviously from the A's perspective. And the A's are having a pretty nice season, but they're 8 games back.
Right.
And they're 8 games back because you got 2 teams, Seattle and Houston, who are running away with it just a little bit. Just a little bit. The A's record against the AL West teams this year: 1-5 against the Astros. Then the Mariners 3-6, Angels 2-5, Rangers 4-5. So that has not been a good part of this A's season so far. 10-21 total. Now there's still plenty of games to change that. But at some point you got to start, and this is the time to do it with 6.
Good as time as any.
Yeah.
Good as time as any. And again, we always talk about, you think about the way a postseason picture shapes up. You've got 3 AL divisions. You've got 2 wild card spots. There's a solid chance that whichever team, either New York or Boston, doesn't take that division will be wild card team number 1. You make your way to the AL Central. Looks like the Cleveland Indians will probably have that division taken care of. I don't see any competitiveness coming out of those lower tier teams. And now you find yourself in the AL West with the Houston Astros and the Seattle Mariners looking like world beaters right now.
Yeah.
And you've got to compete with Los Angeles. So if you're the Oakland A's, you're looking at Anaheim, you're looking at Houston and Seattle, and that's your road to the postseason.
So 2-2 the count. Keeping an eye on that one. Seattle with a 1-0 lead over the Angels in the 2nd inning down at Safeco Field. That's game 2 of a 3-game series. The Mariners won last night 5-3. That one is drilled toward right. Reddick, he's been out there before, and he makes the catch. So the Mariners at 42-24.
Now batting second baseman, number 8.
Angels are 37-30. As you saw on the standings, they're 5.5 back. First pitch to Lowry. Fouled straight back. Rangers are playing an interleague series, just a quick 2-game series down in Los Angeles against the Dodgers. Bartolo Colon pitching tonight, and they're losing early 3-0 in the 3rd.
The Dodgers are starting to turn things on. Ross Stripling's been throwing the ball extremely well for the Dodgers.
1-1 the count to Lowry.
Love to see Jed get going. Got off to a tremendous start early on. One of the hottest hitters on the planet. Sort of seen a cooling off period in recent weeks. It's part of the ebbs and flows of the season. You get Chris Davis back, you see the offensive outburst right about the same time.
Nice strike, 1-2. Season series between these 2 teams. The A's are 1-5. Astros have scored 48 runs to the A's 19. They've hit 13 home runs to the A's 4. A's lost 2 out of 3 in Houston. And they were swept here at the Coliseum in early May in a 3-game series.
Well, just those brief numbers right there kind of really tell a story, not only about the pitching staff for the opposing team, but the lengthy lineup that they're running out there, the power production, the total runs. And it's a juggernaut, there's no doubt.
One-two pitch inside.
Trying to bring that fastball back over the inside part of the plate. You mentioned the run we've seen this evening from Lance.
got him swinging. He went away, and Lowry strikes out. So a couple of strikeouts inning for McCullers. 4-2 Astros after 3. As it'll be Reddick, Gaddis, and McCann against Migden. Reddick walked and scored in the second inning. Scored on Gaddis' home run. Drives this one toward right center, and that's going to get down for a hit. First pitch. We're trying to present that theme to our viewers, Dallin.
Well, it is rang true. This is a first pitch changeup here out of the hand of Daniel Migden. Josh Reddick, you can see a little out in front. But anytime you keep the hands back as a hitter, even though you find yourself out front, you give yourself an opportunity to do what Reddick did there and get the barrel to the ball.
So here is Gaddis. Be careful.
Spits on that first pitch here, but not the case with this one. Gets the heater in, and Oso Blanco does not miss the big white bear. Throwback approach.
Put a little dirt on the hands.
That's right, just ripping up sawdust there at the dish.
For some reason, Evan Gaddis looks like he's using a wiffle bat. The bat looks very small, and I'm sure it's not a small bat that he's using. It just looks.
It's not light lumber.
It looks like you know when you get the bat day bat and it's a little bit smaller than the normal thing.
Like a giveaway.
Yeah. 1-0 pitch is popped up right field, long run. Piscotti, and he's got it. Goes into a slide. This play, Stephen Piscotti had a lot of ground to cover.
Oh, he had his track spikes on from contact, Kite. He knew he was going to have to sell out one way or the other if he was going to get to this ball. But a great job on the backside of this play to sort of spin out and pop up. Ready for a throw if it needs to be made. Communication there as well. You got Lowry heading out there. Just wanted to make sure I got this. I got this. Mings, they'll take it.
So 1 away. Here's McCann. McCann walked in the second. First pitch is a fastball on the outside corner, first strike. Shift is on for McCann. Migden says, you know what, how about I take it? Nope, Chapman does the right thing. Chapman said, get out of the way. Get out of the way. Hey, NBC Sports California has compiled the A's top 50 most memorable moments in Oakland. The fans picked the most memorable moment, season-long promotion. Dallas Braid's perfect game is on some kind of roll. Uh-oh, maybe a challenger. The Yoenis Cespedes throw down in Anaheim in 2014. It depends what you like. Do you like the one specific play, or do you like the full game achievement?
You know,
I know what I like. I like the full game achievement, but
I like
that throw
too.
was unbelievable.
That was amazing.
So fans can vote through our A's Twitter poll. The play that wins advances to face the next memorable moment. You have till 9:30 tonight to make a choice. Who is it? Is it Dallas Braden or is it Yoenis Cespedes?
Fans, go with your heart. Go with your heart. Maybe talk to your mother about it.
I know where you're going. But we don't have the count. But I think your perfect game has won, like it's like 10 in a row. You're like marching through. It's like March Madness. You're marching through the tournament.
I'm living right now. I'm riding a wave.
Okay. And our fans know what they're thinking. Runner goes, base hit right field. Reddick hits the bag at second. He's headed for third, and they're going to hold him up. Kemp to second. Well, that ball, it got down the right field line, and it just seemed like it kind of died in the grass, and Piscotty was hustling over there. So it's second and third and one out, or make that second and third and two out.
Kind of wrapped into right there by Kemp. Ball wasn't necessarily stung, kind of off the end of the bat.
George Springer.
And that's why that thing just sort of sidled up down the line. Piscotty charging in hard. And with Reddick on the run, there was a real threat that he may have been able to round that bag at third and come in and score, but a strong throw in by Piscotty put a nix on that.
So with the score 4-2, this is a big at bat. Springer with two runners in scoring position and two outs. First pitch is just a touch outside. Looked like that one had a little cut to it.
Yeah.
Cut off the plate.
And again, back to the aggressive nature of this lineup here. Runners in scoring position. Two outs. Looking for something early in the count that Springer can drive. Great idea from Mingman and Luke for to throw a little wrinkle in there.
Just again, 2-0. Be careful now. Now you do have first base open if you're willing to take that chance. Bregman is the on-deck hitter.
And that's what it is now at this point, Kite. It's a matter of pick your poison.
And now it's 3-0. So that pitch not real close.
This kind of becomes the unintentional intentional. 3-0, there's a solid chance he'll have the green light.
And he missed inside. So an off-speed pitch on 3-0. So Mingman felt the same way you did.
You just don't want to take the chance of giving in, trying to get yourself back into account here with the Astros up.
Now batting, number 2.
There's no doubt that Springer would have been ready to hit had he gotten something. So now you put him on first and you take your chances with Alex Bregman.
Bregman is 0 for 2. Fly ball to center, ground out to third. First pitch to Bregman is a strike on the outside corner.
Bregman wasn't too sure about that. He's shown a good eye this year. 39 walks. That leads the club. So there, first pitch slider down and away. Great pitcher's pitch by Mingden early in the count.
Bregman, a .328 hitter with runners in scoring position. Rolls that one off his foot foul. So the count 0-2. The Astros as a team, 274 with runners in scoring position. Reddick at third, Kemp at second, and Springer at first. Shallow left, Semien out. Canna in, and it's going to be Marcus Semien who squeezes it. And the Astros leave the bases loaded. Bottom of the fourth coming up.
The community through sports. Nominate a student athlete you know now at NBCSports.com/fairplay, and they could be featured on TV. Get them in there.
Yep. Davis, Olsen, and Chapman against McCullers. 1 walk, 3 strikeouts for McCullers so far. And his first 3 up, 3 down inning last inning. As much as Chris Davis just crushes the Rangers.
Yeah.
Not so much this year against the Astros.
Well, I think that can be said for quite a few hitters across the league.
Yeah. Astros with a 2.93 team ERA. That's best in baseball.
It's kind of like Dr. Seuss. Instead of thing 1 and thing 2, you got Psi 1 and Psi 2.
And a good hard slider, and Davis swings and misses.
We hear a lot about the advancement of Justin Verlander's slider and Garrett Cole's slider. And I feel like quietly Lance McCullers has continued to refine that breaking ball. And you see here breaking balls and off-speed pitches, the swing and miss, 129. Good for 5th across baseball.
Interesting. You immediately, this one toward Reddick, who backs up, still backing up, and Reddick can't find it, and then he does, and he makes a basket catch. And Josh Reddick At first, he made it look like it was going to be just a routine fly ball, but it ended up going to the wall.
Well, you can see the reaction on his face after the play, Kike. He gets spun around here, dealing with that sky, that twilight again, not a cloud in it. So very tough as far as depth perception is concerned. And Lance says, yeah, attaboy.
We're good. 2 outs for Chapman. No, I was talking about that list that we just showed with the off-speed, breaking ball, whatever swings and misses, and you immediately think of, well, what pitch does that guy have? So Corbin's got a nasty slider. Wow. You saw Tanaka's got the splitter, which gets a lot of swing. Chris Sale has the slider.
You're thinking about that. You're thinking about Chris Sale. That's a wipeout slider. Thinking about Tanaka's split. It's a wipeout split. Corbin, curveball and slider as well. He's throwing that thing for strikes better than he ever has, which is making it even better later in counts.
Hit hard, fair ball down the third base line. Going to roll into the corner, and Chapman is going to have his second hit. Both of them doubles. So that one must have hooked right around the bag.
Well, they're testing the water on the inside part of the plate against Matt Chapman here. Not something I strongly advise. They set up away, wanted it away, ends up coming back over. You see tucked neatly down inside the line there, down the left field. Cruises into second. Stand-up double. Chapman America.
So 2 doubles tonight for Chapman. Now has 11 doubles on here. Pitch to Canna, slider down and away. Canna grounded out in the second inning. Steps off. Move it all over the place, dives down and in.
Change up that we talked about. Lance really using, really working on this season.
Chapman not really being held. No reason for the middle infielders to leave their positions with 2 outs.
No. Stay put, stay home.
Pitch number 49 coming up for McCullers. Now it's 2-2. So there's the slider. That's a good one.
That's it. I mean, and the thing is, kind of as he can shape this thing. You know, we talk about shaping shots in golf. The ability to cut a shot or to draw a shot. And here with your off-speed pitches, if you have the ability to increase and decrease velocity, you really turn that one pitch into 2 or maybe even 3 at times. And that's what you're seeing with that curveball / slider hybrid from Lance McCullers.
So the A's trying to creep a little bit closer. So 3-2 with Piscotti waiting in the on-deck circle.
Well, you know what they say, you're going to throw it 2-2, you probably throw it 3-2 here. Just on the off chance you do throw a ball 2-2, 3-2, you're probably going to throw a better one. So let's see if McCullers goes with the bread and butter. No curveball.
And he missed inside. So Canna walks, Hey, Xfinity X1 customers say, show me the Oakland A's in your X1 voice remote and get live stats on your TV. Change the way you experience TV with Xfinity X1. So that's the second walk for McCullers. Piscotty had an RBI in the second inning with a sacrifice fly. Slider down the line.
Think about Daniel Migden and the success he has throwing that fastball first pitch early. And you think about the success the Astros have had early on against that approach here. You've got a patient athletics lineup. And a guy in Lance McCullers who likes to throw off speed early. And right now you're seeing this lineup sort of outweight Lance McCullers.
Drops that pitch in there first up. Well, if you're a real aggressive team, McCullers could do some damage to you. But the A's are doing a pretty good job of laying off. Just missed. Good take. McCullers thought maybe it was a strike. Pitch test said it was just a little bit low, but it's a pretty good pitch and a good take.
It's a great take by Piscotty. You know what you're going to get here. Come crunch time for McCullers. Doesn't mean you can still hit it or lay off of it.
That one is driven right field, but it'll be into the seats. So 2-2 the count. Chapman back to second, Canna back to first. McCullers goes for a little walk. Pitch and another good take by Piscotty. Those are some serious teasers, man.
Well, after the changeup, he goes with the breaking ball hard down and away. And you can see just by the way Piscotty takes that pitch. If that thing catches more of the center of the zone, might have got an offering.
Three and two, runners go, and the pitch is outside. He walked him. All this coming with 2 outs.
And the patience from the Oakland A's on full display right now. Again, McCullers going to throw that breaking ball right around 45% of the time. It's a matter of him throwing it for a strike, and it's a matter of him being in the zone with it in a hitter's count. And that hasn't been the case for the Oakland A's. And as I mentioned, they've done a great job of waiting him out.
So here's Lucroy, who grounded out in the second inning. A's looking for a big hit. So McCullers is going to step off. 20 pitches in this inning for McCullers, and seems like more.
Well, and you can see there he was communicating with Brian McCann, and it looks like he said roll one, which means we're going to roll back over to the first set of signs.
In the dirt, not that close. McCullers, we have seen him, he can get a little emotional on the mound. He needs to slow it down, take a deep breath. When things start to go a little weird like they are in this inning for him, it looks like he rushes a little bit too. Good pitch there. He came back on a nasty one, 1-1.
Again, back to that breaking ball. Struggling with release point on that changeup. First pitch, so what's he do? Goes back to the bread and butter. Again, this is what's going to get him back on track.
Missed outside, 2-1. Lou Correa has been a good clutch hitter for the Athletics this year. Two-one pitch, chopped toward the shortstop Correa. He's going to throw to first, and the side is retired. The A's will leave him loaded in the bottom of the fourth. Fifth inning coming up. Astros 4, A's 2. Sports app presented by your NorCal Honda dealers. Swim night at the Coliseum. Lots of swim teams from all around the Bay Area. That was the giveaway tonight. A's swim team cap.
What's your how's your kick turn game, Kipe?
Never been a great swimmer.
Yeah.
A bit more of a floater.
Okay. Awfully.
Put it this way. I can get to the edge if needed.
There you go.
Not going to win any races.
So you're built for buoyancy, not speed.
I'm definitely built for buoyancy.
Gotcha.
Not built for speed. Nope. Give me something big to float in and be a little holder.
Sure, sure. See where you're going. Maybe a little umbrella somewhere.
That's it. That's all I need.
Where your head's at.
Reno to Altuve. Altuve, Correa, and Gurriel. So the A's had an opportunity in the bottom of the fourth. They leave him loaded. Altuve takes a strike.
And it's 63 pitches for Daniel Mingden as he starts to work his way through this lineup again for the third time. Being able to command his secondary stuff early is what can buy him some time, a few more innings.
Bounces this one toward Lowry. Lowry ranging to his left, and he throws out Altuve for the first one. So Jose Altuve 0 for 3. That's always a big accomplishment for any team if you
now batting,
keep Altuve off the bases.
Carlos
keep him off the bases,
Correa.
keep him off the scoreboard. He's got pop too, Kite.
Here's Correa. He showed his pop in the second inning with a home run.
But again, for Mingden, if he can establish, and I know it's sort of late in the game now, third time through, if he can establish throwing these breaking balls for strikes, he might be able to buy himself 6 more outs, 7 more outs.
1-0 to Correa. Carlos Correa is now 23 years old. He'll be 24 in September. Came up in 2015, played 99 games that year. 2016 a full season. 2017 he was injured for a while. Remember he tore a ligament in his left thumb.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss. High fastball. World Series last year. He had 8 hits and 29 at bats and a couple of home runs. He hit 5 postseason home runs last year.
So you establish yourself as a
Absolutely.
marquee postseason performer.
2 in the division series, 1 in the championship series, and 2 in the World Series.
Wow. Stage gets bigger, lights get brighter, and you get your shine on.
Pitch hit well, fouled on the right field line. Well, last year 109 games. Curveball that kind of hung up there, and Correa took a whack at it.
Yeah, if they can get that thing down, they got a chance. Over the last 2 weeks for Carlos Correa, 0 for 12 on low non-fastballs in the zone.
Inside, and now it's 3-2.
This is an interesting pitch here, 3-2. Obviously swing mode on anything close. He just went with a slider, missed, backed up on him a little. Does he go back to it 3-2, or does he challenge him with the heater?
Curveball, and it spins inside, and he walked it. So it is 4 walks tonight for Daniel Migden. We don't say that very often. 9 total now in his last 3 starts.
That number at the bottom, Kite. 6. First 11?
So here's Gurriel. Migden walked 3 in his last start. And that one is lined toward left. Canna back, and Canna reaches up and makes the catch. Correa has to hustle back. That's a nice play by Mark Canna. That ball's hit very hard.
Oh, this is not an easy play for Mark Canna at all. You can see him starting to break to his left and then have to break back as this ball starts to hook because it's absolutely scalded. It's a great job to get up, secure it. Almost took him into the wall. But again, get that ball back in. Not an easy play for Canna.
So with 2 outs and a runner at first, here's Reddick.
And Kite, you know, I think the aggressive nature of the Houston Astros early on and some early success, some early loud noise, I think might have kind of shocked Daniel Migden into pitching backwards a little earlier than maybe he thought he had to have. And that could be cause for some of the command issues. Sort of got him out of his comfort zone, throwing that fastball early in the count.
Kind of going against what maybe he's used to doing, but still sometimes you got to do it, right?
Got to adjust.
Reddick, a walk and a single, and he takes low, and now it's 2-0. .75 pitches for Migden. Outfield shifted toward left center, and that's a base hit to right field. Carlos Correa is going to hustle to second and stop there. So Reddick with a walk and 2 singles. Nothing easy tonight for Daniel Migden.
Nothing at all. There's a changeup that's going to float up in the zone. You can see the low elbow from Daniel Migden on release working underneath that changeup. That's why that thing sort of flattens out and you get that more of that east to west movement as opposed to that north and south. You don't see that bottom drop out of it. If he's able to get on top of that pitch and finish it out in front a little more, it's a different story.
And here's Gaddis with a 3-run homer in the 2nd inning. Gaddis mighty swing and a miss. Kept that one away from him.
Aggressive, thinking fastball out of the hand. Got a little cut to it. Gaddis runs out of bat. Take note of that aggressive swing on the early wrinkle. Good chance he bought himself a few more.
Gaddis with an interesting stance, very spread out, doesn't take a big stride.
Unconventional. Again, no batting gloves. See him flex in his hand there. Not your prototypical ball player.
Nope.
Not your prototypical road to the big leagues. Spent some time as a janitor. A couple different places. Not a bad landing spot.
Nope. He's got a World Series ring. And Gaddis with a shot to left center field and a base hit. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Correa scores. Reddick being waved home. The throw to the plate, not in time, and that's a 2-out, 2-run double for Evan Gaddis. He has 5 RBIs on the night.
Gaddis having an absolute day at the dish. And really, it's been the tale of 2 locations for Gaddis. Both on the homer and there on the double up the alley. Center cut fastballs. And through this lineup and at this level, you will be exposed if you cannot locate. That seems to be the tale of the tape for Daniel Migden this evening.
So when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and smog experts.
Coming into pitch for the Athletics, number 35, Danny Kulo.
Please don't bring on my extras unless you're gonna deal with your own. Please don't try to pretend like you keep it real though. Yeah, it's funny that you got a lot of money, but that money doesn't buy you skills though. I don't care.
America's first hybrid minivan. Test drive one today.
So Daniel Migden, 4 2/3 innings. And that last hit by Gaddis, that one hurt. So really, Dallas, you think about the A's could not get that 2-out hit in the bottom of the 4th. And the Astros do get a big 2-out hit in the top of the 5th.
When you look for key moments in the ball game, whether or not it's about breaking it wide open or scratching yourself something across to get back into it, a lot of times 2-out knocks, 2-out walks play a big role.
So 1-1 to McCann. So Danny Coulombe comes in. 79 pitches for Migden. No surprise there. Gaddis with the career high 5 RBIs, and it's only the 5th inning.
We'll get a few more turns. For the Oakland A's and Danny Coulombe and potentially Chris Hatcher, right now it's about keeping this ball game right where it's at. We've gotten 2 across against Lance McCullers. There's a good chance his lease is short if he goes back out there and experiences any sort of the command issues
Absolutely.
that he did last time out.
So 1-2 to McCann. Coulombe goes back to that nasty curveball. Up the middle. And Lowry's playing right there, and he throws him out. But 2 runs, Gaddis a 2-run double. So bottom of the 5th coming up, 6-2 Houston.
Presented by Chevrolet, you can now win a game. Free suite to the game. That's right, a free suite to the ball game for you and 11 of your closest friends. Simply text BOOM to 60946. The contest will last through June 18th. So message and data rights, again, they do apply. So simply text BOOM to 60946. See complete rules at athletics.com for details.
Bottom of the 5th inning. 6-2, the Astros lead. And this will send the top of their order up. So the A's made McCullers work big time in the 4th inning, but they didn't score. Now with you, Dallas, if he gets in trouble again here in the 5th, we'll see some bullpen action.
Yeah, no doubt, and this is a good opportunity for that to happen, Kite. 3rd time through the lineup, Lance McCullers is allowing an OBP of 500 over the last 2 starts, 14 plate appearances. So 3rd time through.
center field. Springer backing up. Springer didn't see it there for a moment. You see him put his hands out like could use a little help out here, although when you're in deep center field, you're probably not going to get any help.
That's the past few days we've seen this East Bay Sky playing tricks on folks out there.
So with one out, Marcus Simeon will hit. This pitch is rolled foul. Bounces up into the seats. Right next to the A's dugout. Has walked 3 and struck out 4. Coming into this start, more strikeouts than innings pitched. Nice play. That's what a ball boy is supposed to do when there's a pitcher warming up in the bullpen.
On your toes.
Yeah, you got to show a little range.
Got to be there.
See, this is a nice play.
You got to know Matt Williams taking himself totally out of the equation.
Yeah, Matt's no help.
No.
But that's a good play. And a good take by Simeon. 2-2 to count.
The Oakland A's can buy some time here by seeing McCullers up in the zone and string together a few knocks. Might be able to get something cooking.
Nasty pitch there, 95 miles an hour. Moving all over the place. Ball darts, doesn't it?
It does, and it hits that extra gear. So it takes off and explodes into and through the strike zone.
Hit pretty well the right field, but room for Reddick as he backs up. He sees this one all the way. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So it'll be Jed Lowry. Lowry has hit into a 4-6-3 double play, and he has struck out. He's
now
for his last 15.
Number 8, Jed Lowry.
Hit toward left near the line. Kemp over there, and Kemp, who was shaded that way a little bit, makes the catch. So Lowry 0 for 3, and the A's go quietly in the bottom of the 5th.
Camp Railroads. Redwood Train, Beach Train. Whichever way you can't go wrong at Roaring Camp Railroads.
1974 World Series celebration right here at the Coliseum. A's beating the Dodgers in 5 games. Chris Hatcher is the new pitcher for the A's. So Danny Coulomb got the 1 out he needed to get to end the 5th inning. So Hatcher takes over here in the 6th. They'll face Kemp, Springer, and Bregman. Strike in the outside corner. So when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and smog experts.
And kind for relievers, one of the biggest goals you have coming into the game, getting out that first batter that you face. And that's kind of been the recipe for success for Hatcher recently, allowing a 118 BABIP for opponents in the first batter face per inning. That's BABIP, batting average against balls in play. Those are things that the pitcher controls. Walks, homers, strikeouts, things of that nature.
Left center, and Tony Kemp has a hit. So he's 2 for 3. 9 hits now for the Astros. Yeah, that's a big thing now, right, BABIP?
Yeah, you take a look here. This
Now batting,
change up down the
number
way.
4, George
Kemp does a
Springer.
good job of hanging on. And again, I misspoke. FIP, FIP, fielding independent pitching, is actually homers, walks, strikeouts.
FIP,
FIP,
BABIP,
just batting average on balls that are actually put into play.
WAR.
What is it good for?
Wins above replacement. I can't keep track of them all.
They're coming.
I really can't.
They're coming.
There's a
Guy.
couple new ones every year. One and 0 to Springer. We were talking before the game, Dallas, you and I, about OPS, which is it's a much simpler calculation. It's simply you add on-base percentage and slugging percentage together. So it's a little bit of a created statistic.
Correct, and that is exactly the acronym, what OPS stands for, on base plus slugging. So you're thinking at home, well, what's a
a good OPS?
It's a good OPS.
That's a good question, though, if you think about that, because it's a new stat.
Right.
I think you could say it's a new stat, even though it's just really 2 old stats combined.
Sure.
But what's a good OPS?
Right. And you start thinking about, what's a good on base percentage.
Okay, I would say, and I'm just talking as a baseball fan now, I would say 350 is a very good on base percentage.
Yes.
Not great.
Right. Good.
Good.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
And now you think about, all right, what's a good slugging percentage? I don't know, somewhere 500,
maybe
600.
I think if you're a great player, it's probably 600. Well, say 550 is pretty darn good.
Sure. So now you take those 2 numbers.
Springer strikes out, and that's the first out here in the 6th inning.
You got him on that high fastball. That's how Hatcher, more times than not, is going to dispose of the opponent
Alex
on the heater
Bregman.
here. It's like Springer's swung over top of this fastball. Just got beat to a spot.
So we've decided that 550 is a really good slugging percentage. It's not a great, like unbelievable, but it's very good.
So then you take those 2 numbers, 550
and 350,
and you combine them.
and you got 900.
It's a pretty good ball player.
So 900 is, in our opinion, it's a very good OPS.
No doubt.
It's not great, top of the charts, unbelievable, but it's very good.
We're getting there. Okay. You're talking about impact guys. Because really you're talking about run scoring opportunities by getting on base. And now you're talking about production, slugging percentage,
which is
doubles, homers, triples. Sure, if you know what sort of damage are you doing? And now you're talking about a guy who's on base and can score runs for guys who are doing damage, and he's also somebody who can do damage himself.
So if you see on base percentage and you see anything above 350, that's pretty good. Now, with that said, who leads the American League in on base percentage right now? Mike Trout at 435.
Decent player.
Mookie Betts at 431. So now you are very easily could be talking about the two best players in the American League.
Well, you're talking about one in Mike Trout, a guy who's having a career year at this point, a historical season at this point, and Mookie Betts, a young man whose season until he went on the DL was neck and neck, if not surpassing that of Mike Trout.
And both of those guys, quick math, both of those guys, well, Betts is well over 1,000 OPS.
Sure.
So that's like ridiculous.
And not to get into, and if you think about it, take away the numbers. Just think about the type of players that Mookie Betts and Mike Trout are, respectively. Guys that can take care of putting themselves in scoring position.
Right.
Guys that can take care of the scoring themselves at home plate.
That's right. Both high average hitters and major run producer. So I think OPS, even though it's combining of two numbers, I think it's a very, very good indicator of how good a player is.
Production, just pure production.
And Mookie Betts has a slugging percentage of 735, which is really off the charts. that's not the norm. So Bregman walks.
Well, time to get your free BP jersey giveaway for groups of 15 or more for select games on July 1st, July 31st, August 3rd, August 7th, 22nd, and then September 5th, with games against the Yankees, Dodgers, and others. So go to visitathletics.com/group for more details. And those BP jerseys, Kite.
I like those. It's a good idea.
They're nice. They are nice. Out there, get yourself hooked up. A little personalization as well.
Athletics t-shirt on the right in the Warriors colors.
That's right.
Good idea. First pitch to Altuve is hit foul. So let's look at Altuve, a 388 on base percentage, which is very good. That's 5th best in the league. A slugging percentage of 471. That does not get him in the top 10 in slugging percentage. Up to date, 465. See, the guys in the truck, they're update. They actually update it before it even happens because they're like radar from MASH. 0-1 to Altuve. A little bit inside. So 2 on and 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Astros threatening again.
A little bit of a spot here for Hatch. Still just 1 pitch away. Altuve not a great double play candidate. You can get him to hit something hard on the ground. You got a shot. With the inside move. Keep him close.
The Angels and the Mariners. That game in the 6th inning, and it looks like the Mariners are leading 3-1. Mitch Haniger with another home run. What a season he's had.
Wow. Mike Leake throwing the ball well for the ends.
Big swing by Altuve. So that's a game we're keeping a close eye on, battling in the AL West. Trout has also homered in that game. It was his 22nd home run of the year. The Haniger home run, he's actually hit a pair, so he's got 15. 1-2 to Altuve. Kemp at second. Bregman at first. Good speed on the bases for Houston. 1-2 pitch runs inside with 93.
I like it. Continue to crowd Altuve. He does a great job of handling stuff out over the heart of the plate, as many guys do at this level, obviously. But Altuve here with his team up, runners in scoring position, he's looking to extend and do damage and use his aggressiveness against him.
Hatcher glances back to Kim. That one's hit to Chapman. He's got it. Fires the second for one on the first. Double play. So the A's get Altuve. He's hitless tonight. We're going to the bottom of the sixth. Astros 6, A's 2. Up in a big spot. A's get him to hit into the double play. Why is it that you always feel extra good when you get Altuve out?
Because he's really good.
And then it's a double play. You feel like it's the greatest thing ever.
If you can keep, you said it though, Kite, if you can keep him off the base paths, if you can keep him out of the alleys and on this side of the fence, it's a win.
Davis, Olsen, and Chapman here in the 6th inning against McCullers. McCullers had a 3-up, 3-down 5th inning. He's had a couple of 3-up, 3-down innings, the 3rd and the 5th. There's his breakdown tonight. The knuckle curve 40% of the time. The two-seam fastball, that's the one that's got all the movement. 33%, and the changeup at 26, so a lot of changeups tonight.
Well, it's been a great mix. When you think about predictability and pitch sequencing.
Is that it right there?
You get a good look at that changeup there.
That may have been the best one he's thrown all night. That's this one.
That's depth and arm speed. He's got that thing in the last 3 fingers of his hand, of his pitching hand. And with his arm speed, you really see that grip do a lot of the work.
Goes upstairs, and now it's 2-2.
You might ask, what do you mean the grip do the work? And what I mean is out in front at release point, at times guys will manipulate the baseball and try to make it move and try to make it spin, as opposed to just throwing the grip and understanding that the grip, if you execute a release point, is going to do the work for you. You've added anchors on this baseball.
Anchors being your fingers.
Correct. That's going to help reduce speed, add drag to the baseball. That's going to slow it down. So you just throw the grip and have confidence in your arm speed and the grip. You don't need to manipulate. You'll be fine.
3-2 to Davis, who has walked and struck out. And he skies this one to shallow center. And Altuve and Springer has it. Altuve deking us all, but I didn't fall for it. I almost did, but I did. I did not fall for that.
Well, let's go to the Ford Smart Play today, brought to you by your California Ford dealers. And it is indeed that 5-4-3 roll-up job. Chappie on to Jed, over to Ole for the putout. And that's a big, big play for the Oakland A's. Ford Smart Play.
All right, here's Olsen. Olsen bounces it slowly, and it's a fair ball. Gurriel steps on the bat. So is it true, continue the changeup chat, that it's the pitch that takes the longest to kind of get going in spring training? Is that true? Because it's a feel pitch, is what the terminology that you use.
I think that is reserved more for the individual, because for a guy like myself, I always said, you know, you should be able to wake me up in the middle of December from a cold winter's nap, and I should be able to execute a changeup, because that's my bread and butter. And I would like to think that for Lance McCullers, you wake him up in December and have him throw a curveball. More times than not, he can probably get that done for you.
Okay, so that whole, some guys, it just takes a little while to get a feel for it in spring training. That was not the case with you.
Not at all. And I think developmentally wise, that is where the feel pitch sort of mantra is applied, because you're trying to figure out release point, you're trying to figure out action on this thing.
Yeah.
And you really are quite physically and literally feeling for a release, a grip, any sort of finger manipulation that you might be able to apply. And that's all happening, you know, your first couple weeks out on the mound in game speed.
2-1 to Chapman, who has doubled twice. 251 the average now for Matt Chapman. And he drills this one to right center. Springer on the move. Springer's not going to get it. It's over his head, and it bounces up over the wall. And that is double number 3 for Chapman.
Kite, this is an absolute rod off the bat of Matt Chapman. Two-seamer up, coming back over the plate, right onto the barrel of Chappie. Springer throws the hands up. It's an automatic double for Matt Chapman.
So Altuve says, hey, you're pretty good, kid. So the A's in need of a 2-out hit. Changeup drops low. The A's now with 5 hits. The Astros have 9 hits. Strike. What did you say about Miguel Cabrera?
Miguel Cabrera finds himself done for the year on the disabled list with a ruptured biceps tendon.
It could happen during an at-bat.
Yeah.
That's too bad. He's a lot of fun to watch. Center field. Springer backs up, and he's got it. Can hit it right on the nose. Nothing to show for it. 7th inning coming up.
Pacifica Hybrid, America's first hybrid minivan. Test drive one today.
Beautiful night in the Bay Area. And right now the Astros, who have been tough on the A's this year, they've won 5 out of the 6 games played, and they lead tonight 6-2. So Matt Chapman has done his part with 3 doubles. Chris Hatcher back out there for his second inning of work. Correa, Gurriel, and Reddick. Tapped foul at the plate.
Speaking of Chapman doing his job, I believe 3 doubles ties a single game franchise record.
I think it does. It's done by many people, I'm sure.
A list too long to name.
Yeah. A's still have to face Garrett Cole and Justin Verlander in this series. So that's just the reality of playing the Astros. Blackburn and Cole tomorrow. Montas and Verlander on Thursday afternoon. Pitch is low. And then the Angels will come to town. No Ohtani. So some of the reports are saying he's going to have Tommy John surgery. The Angels said, no. Well, time out. That's not necessarily what's going to happen. 2-2, but an interesting decision, though, a decision that no team has probably ever had to make, because if he has Tommy John surgery, then you're only thinking about the pitching aspect of him.
Right.
What if he doesn't have Tommy John surgery and he continues to hit?
And it's a matter of, can he and does him hitting have an impact on the elbow?
A little bit low, 3-2.
Right-handed.
But the thing is if you were to do that, then he's never going to pitch. I mean, because he's never going to get his arm fixed.
Right. You're done with it.
3-2 on a close pitch to Carlos Correa. Under the glove of Lowry and into right field.
Well, the Oakland A's are proud to debut affordable and fun ways for families and students to enjoy A's baseball. Among the great programs is an offer for 2 free kids tickets with every purchase of 1 adult ticket for Monday through Thursday home games from now through August. And in addition, the Summer Home Run Readers program and the Summer Slugger program are ways for kids to win tickets. So for more information to purchase these tickets, visit athletics.com/family for more details.
Here's Gurriel. Gurriel taps one slowly. Chapman has it. It's a fair ball. His throw across. Nicely done by Matt Chapman. Makes that play as well as anybody.
Well, and he makes it look easy, Kipe. He understands no opportunity here to barehand it.
Now batting,
and he does a good job with limited opportunity. You see him sort of making his way back towards the infield side here. He's got to get around this ball in an effort to create an angle over to first base. Throwing on the run, it's not as easy as just crashing. You'd like to gain ground towards the bag and direction if possible. Well executed by Matt Chapman.
So runner at second, 1 away. Here's Reddick. Reddick takes a strike. Looked like he was taken all the way. Reddick's had a good night. A walk, 2 singles, and he has scored twice. That one runs off the plate. Some defensive notes on Matt Chapman. Titled Goldfinger. First in chances, first in assists, first in defensive runs saved. All the calculations tell us he's very, very good.
Good player.
Yep. And I want to say Goldfinger was the 3rd James Bond movie. Is that correct?
I believe you're correct. Yes. Probably a big GoldenEye guy in your day, huh, Kai? Big GoldenEye guy?
Well, my kids wanted to watch a James Bond movie, so trying to pick which one would be appropriate. But you forget about those Bond movies from the 60s. Pretty good, though.
The oldies but goodies.
Pretty good. 2-2 the count to Reddick. Outfield playing toward left center for Reddick. Assuming the shortstop slid near second base.
Sizable gap to right center.
Flare. Chapman backs up though, and Chapman grabs it. So Reddick is retired for the first time, and here's the man who has done the most damage tonight. It's Evan Gattis. A 3-run homer in the second, a 2-run homer in the fifth.
Now batting, number 11, Evan Gattis.
Take you back to the second inning here. And this is the big 3-run job by Gattis, the hunter of heaters. Found one he liked. It's now hanging on his wall.
Why do I think Gattis has like animals hanging on his walls?
Kind of looks like it.
I mean, maybe we're judging him the wrong way. He just looks like he would be an outdoorsman.
And I think it's a funny visual.
I mean, am I crazy?
No,
I mean,
it's a funny visual. I can see a bear rug on the floor, and Evan Gattis has many fastballs with horns mounted on his wall.
I mean, come on, it's Evan Gattis. He can do anything he wants. Another hard hit ball, but it's going to be tracked down by Canna. Side retired. 7th inning stretch time coming up from the Coliseum. 6-2 Astros lead.
The sky as the A's host the Los Angeles Angels on Friday, June 15th. Presented by Ray Morgan Company. Fans can enjoy the post-game fireworks from the outfield grass set to the music of the Jurassic Park movies. Bring your pack of Raptors and enjoy the show. Visit athletics.com/fireworks for details. Kite, you had your pack of Raptors here in-house.
That's right. The family. We had some friends and family that were here for swim night. So why not come out, Move around the ballpark a little bit, say hi to people.
You're at the yard.
Run for mayor a little bit. Crowd tonight, 11,742 on Tuesday night.
Lance McCullers back out there for the 7th inning of work. 86 pitches. Still got some breathing room.
He's retired 7 out of the last 8. He was wobbling in the 4th inning, but he has righted the ship, and now he's rolling along. 87 pitches. Nobody's throwing in the Astros bullpen, but they're doing that stand around stretch thing that they do right before the phone rings.
Just to get it loose.
Pop-up foul. Remember Lance McCullers. He's really Lance McCullers Jr. Remember his dad. Big leaguer for a little while. And I want to say that his dad was drafted in the same spot that he was.
Really?
He was the 41st pick in the 2012 draft. I believe I read somewhere that his father was also the 41st pick in the early 80s. One of the drafts in the early 80s.
So there's just no bulletin board material even there, huh? Like, I'm just a little bit better than you, you know? 30th. Nothing. Didn't work.
Nope.
I feel like Junior's carving himself out a nice little career.
Yes, he is. Correa fires to first. It's out number 1. Let's check out Lance McCullers Sr. with the Yankees. There he is.
Well, similar body types, similar mechanics. Oh, yeah.
Now batting the catcher, number 21,
oh, yeah.
Jonathan.
That's awesome.
Same fiery, competitive nature. It's one thing I really appreciate about Lance McCullers. On top of the work he does outside of baseball, him and his wife do a lot of tremendous charity work in the Houston area for dogs and animals. But just the competitive spirit, the competitive nature. Obviously, the big league pedigree.
One pitch to Luke Croy. And that one is line left field, but foul. So I was right. Lance Sr. selected with the 41st overall pick by the Padres.
How about that?
It's kind of cool.
You knew you were right.
Cool. Oh, 2 to Luke Croy. Luke Croy grounds it right to McCullers, who reaches down and grabs it. And that's the second out. Nice play by the pitcher. That was hit pretty hard up the middle.
Lance finishing in a position that gives him the chance to defend himself, become that extra fielder behind himself. Kyle, you'll take outs any way you can get them, my man.
The truth. Trying to get through 7 is McCullers. He's at 93 pitches. Fowler tried to hold up, and he went around. One of my favorite draft stories. Mark Mulder, right? Good friend, former A. Good job up here in broadcast booth. He said he was the number 2 pick in the draft. Oh. Number 2.
Right.
The number 1 guy was Pat Burrell.
Yep.
He said, in every single time I see Burrell, he brings it up. It's like an automatic. Hey, number 2, how you doing? Well, you know, it's just busting chops, but just. And it's you're number 2.
Right. Right. It
wasn't like, hey, wasn't it great being 1 and 2 in the draft? No.
No.
Where'd you go? Number 2? Yeah, I went number 1.
And you know what? Another great story about that situation. Pat would always joke around and say, "What round you go? Oh, what's that like?" I don't know what it's like going in a round because I was the first pick ever. So I don't know what it's like to be around. I was the first. Thanks, Pat.
He's a good big league needler.
Oh yeah.
So another good inning by Lance McCullers as he strikes out Fowler. That is strikeout number 5.
California is brought to you by Kelly Moore Paints. Go where the pros go. Kelly Moore, the painter's paint store.
Look at it, what a great photo. The 1987 All-Star game. Honorary captain Jim Catfish Hunter right there in the front. 1987. Brian McCann goes after the first pitch, lofts a fly ball toward Fowler. So that's the first out. New pitcher, Santiago Casilla. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and smog expert. So Casilla
Now
back
batting,
from the disabled
number
list,
18,
making his 17th
Tony
appearance.
Kemp.
Going to be a big part of this bullpen, especially if he can stay healthy. Trevino having done a good job of solidifying himself as a integral part of the back end of this bullpen. Casilla slides in nicely.
I say, Casilla, if used correctly, he will help you in the bullpen. He's still got good stuff.
I think these guys continue to get healthy and continue to come back. Booker on the mend as well.
Sounds like Trevor Cahill, the Achilles that's been bothering him. It's not improving like the A's had hoped. So there's a possibility, maybe a stronger possibility than there was a couple days ago, that he may go on the disabled list. He has not been put on the DL yet. A little concern there that it's not feeling much better.
Well, again,
we'll see.
The feet. You're talking about a pitcher, very important. Make sure you've got a good base, good foundation. Start running into overcompensation.
Mike Trout is homered again. Mariners 4, Angels 3, top of the 7th inning. Trout is at a pair. He's got 23 now. So that's a good ball game up there. And the Mariners trying to hang on to their half-game lead over these Astros in the AL West. Mike Trout. It's getting thick. Yes, it is. Pitches a fastball away. So full count to Kemp, Springer to follow, and then Bregman.
You see Casilla there with a little hesitation, a little mini T-aunt twist.
A little bit.
That you're used to seeing from Johnny Cueto. Marcus Stroman. It's not just reserved for the starters.
That one, strike 3 call. Can't believe it. It was a little bit of a delay call by Todd Tishner.
Well, it's a great job by Lucroy here to stick that pitch, get his thumb underneath it, even though he's reaching back across his body. You can see a little window dressing there at the end, brought it up, but a very difficult pitch to receive as far as location, having to reach back across your body, and again, sucking that pitch up with his thumb, bringing it up to the lower part of the zone and keeping it there.
So now to the top of the order, and Springer, who has struck out, singled, walked, and struck out. Colin McHugh pitching out of the bullpen now for the Astros this season. Good fastball there as it ran in a little bit on Springer, and he couldn't get to it.
You mentioned the stuff is still there. 94, 95 at times he'll go and get. Good curveball.
Yeah, I mean, his stuff, watching him pitch and from when he was pitching with the Giants, his stuff doesn't look. Simeon grabs it. His stuff doesn't look all that much different.
Right.
So a good inning there for Santiago Casillas. Some work to do. A's trailing 6-2.
Of the Oakland Athletics. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Athletics Investment Group, LLC.
All right, time now for the game summary brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. 6-10-0 for the Astros, 2-5-0 for the Athletics. Lance McCullers was pretty good. 7 innings, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. Daniel Migden got knocked around a little bit, gave up 6 earned runs, walked 4, and gave up 8 hits in 4 2/3 innings. 3 for 3, 3 doubles for Matt Chapman. Kevin Gaddis has knocked in 5 runs for the Astros. New pitcher is Colin McHugh when it's time for change. Think speedy, oil change, and auto service. It's your trusted oil change tune-up and small experts.
Colin McHugh, formerly of the rotation, has found himself a home in the bullpen.
Not a lot of room in that rotation for the Astros.
Yeah.
New outfield alignment, Reddick in left. Marisnik comes in the game in center. He's a very good defensive outfielder, and Springer is now over in right. Action for Springer as he drifts toward the foul line, and he makes the catch. So Marcus Semien is retired. He's 1 for 4. Colin McHugh's days in the rotation He had some pretty good seasons. 2014, he was 11-9. 2015, he was 19-7. 2016, he was 13-10. Last year on the disabled list, he was a little bit banged up, but he still made 12 starts and went 5-2.
What do you?
Those are good numbers.
2 years removed from almost a 20-game winner.
We don't have room for you. No room in this rotation.
How's the long guy sound? Oh. Oh, Garrett Cole? Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll take the long guy. Yep, that'll work. I mean, that's just a testament to the depth, right?
Well, it's interesting, though, and they do have terrific depth. There's Cole on the right. He'll pitch tomorrow. But Dallas Keuchel and Charlie Morton will both be free agents at the end of this year. So kind of decision time. Are you going to pay him? Are you going to pay one of them? Are you going to pay neither? See what the Astros do. They've made some pretty good decisions the last 4 or 5 years, so they'll probably make the right one there.
And I think just again, the way free agency sort of shaped up last offseason, situations like that are things to pay attention to. You start to wonder if there's anything to guys potentially taking pay cuts in an effort to keep a staff together. I don't know if that group think really exists across the game in Major League Baseball the way we see it play out in the NBA. Because again, one man can't necessarily or doesn't necessarily put a ball club over the edge.
Not in baseball. 0-2 to Lowry, who's 0 for 3. And that hit him. So an 0-2 curveball that hit Lowry. Well, there's the pitching matchup tomorrow. Garrett Cole is having a great season, 7-1 with a 2.16 ERA. And Paul Blackburn, who had a good first start, and the A's are thrilled to have him back. They think he could be a cornerstone guy in this rotation. So Cole and Blackburn, our coverage starts at 6:30 with A's pregame live right here at NBC Sports California.
So 2 of the young bucks there, Blackburn and Montas.
Correa knocks it down, picks it up. His throw to first is not in time. If he fields it, it may be a double play, but he did not field it clean. So the A's have a little something going here in the 8th.
I think that might have been part of why this ball was fumbled here. I think he was thinking about how he was going to get it over to Altuve before he was actually able to make the play. You can see going for the transition with the hand. Knew he didn't have time at second base any longer. Tries to make up on the back end, but KD hustling out of the box.
How about that? First error for Carlos Correa in 60 games.
Yeah.
And for the Astros, that's just their 21st error this year. That's the fewest in the major leagues.
Best in baseball.
Yep. So Correa, he doesn't miss many, but he missed that one. 2 on, 1 out, and a chance for the A's to get back in it with Olsen stepping up. Fastball is high. Bullpen is quiet. The Astros had off yesterday, just like the Athletics did. There's a strike outside corner. Olsen tonight has struck out, fly ball to right, and grounded to first. Lays off that curveball. McHugh has always had a pretty good curveball. He likes to throw it, kind of a big overhand curve.
Yep. A little slower, not necessarily that devastating put away at 88 that you're seeing out of McCullers.
Olsen with a mighty swing. He wanted to make it a 6-5 game. He almost did.
You see they want this fastball in. Sticks out just a tad.
McHugh gets the sign. Lowry at second, Davis at first. Foul back. Another good swing by Olsen.
Well, that's another mistake there as well.
So now there's action in the bullpen, and Brad Peacock warming up quickly. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a fastball. So just a little up and out, and McHugh gets a big strikeout.
Well, 3 doubles tonight leads us to our Chrysler drive of the game. And that's right, the man responsible for those 3 doubles, Matt Chapman, tying a franchise record for doubles in a game. Career high 3 doubles for Matt Chapman. Again, using the center of the field, the foot down on time, able to pull the ball as Matt Chapman continues to climb out of his funk.
Chapman so scored a run. He's with a single run in the first, a single run in the second. Fastball, sneaky fastball.
That's it, 92. Not terribly overpowering from the right side. But if you've got the ability to hit spots, locate and expand, you can survive.
0-2 pitch. And that hit Chapman, and he's holding his left hand. So they will come out and check on Chapman. Jeff Collins, the assistant athletic trainer. Chapman's going to first.
Got it more towards the bottom part of the hand, hopefully. Checking out his ability to squeeze.
People call, say, beware, dog, you're bound.
Here, this sort of, kind of like more of a glancing blow than that hard impact off the back of the hand. Take a look kind of close here. Probably hurt just a little.
Hurt my hand.
Just a tad.
Well, it's great to see him stay in the game. Let's hope he's okay. Well, the A's will get the tying run to the plate. How about that? There's a couple of hit batters in an error.
Good spot to be if you're Mark Canha. Stung the ball last time up out to center field. If he can get a heater leaking back over inner third, Mark Canha's got the ability to drive the ball out of the ballpark. I like his chances.
Canha 0 for 2, and he walked in the fourth. Another curveball, that's a strike on the inside corner. Maybe not where McHugh wanted it, but he got the strike call.
Now you can see McCann setting up middle to outer third.
Line drive, base hit left field. 1-run scores. They're going to hold up Chris Davis. Reddick with the good arm gets it in quickly, and now it's 6-3.
Oakland an A's in business here. Mark Canha gets that breaking ball spinning up at the top of the zone. Doesn't make its way back down in time to run out of bat for Canha, and Canha does a great job of staying back. See here, get that foot down. Slight hesitation, keeps the hands back.
So McHugh is out. We got a pitching change at the Coliseum. And it's Brad Peacock on to face Stephen Piscotty.
Brad Peacock, World Series.
He was awesome.
I don't want to say hero, but a major, major contributor.
First pitch, drops low. Piscotty is 0 for 1. He's got a sacrifice fly. He's got a walk and a ground out to short. Interesting inning. 2 hit batters, an E6 and an RBI single by Canha. 1-0 pitch, bounced at the plate, foul. Stephen Piscotty this year with the bases loaded, or in his career, I should say. 12 for 26 with 2 home runs.
Got the right man at the plate to do damage.
Piscotty, runners in scoring position this year, 263. One pitch, swing and a miss. Peacock with that 3/4 delivery gets a lot of movement on his pitches.
Well, it's that low 3/4, 92 to 95. Good run back to the outside part of the plate here on that fastball.
He's got 3 inherited runners sitting out there. 1-2. Got him swinging. A hard slider. Piscotty went after it. The A's get 1, and they leave him loaded for the 2nd time tonight. Treehouse behind Section 234 is where it all happens. This Friday, the first 500 fans that show up get an authentic A's swinging hat. Worth it. Treehouse, spot to be this year. And on Friday night, the Angels will be here. Mike Trout, Albert Pujols, Upton, Calhoun, that whole gang. So it should be a good weekend of baseball. Astros leading 6-3 tonight. Top of the 9th inning. Liam Hendricks comes in.
Come set up a hammock and just hang out in the treehouse.
I'm telling you. A couple of day games this coming weekend.
That's right.
Saturday and Sunday. A day game on Thursday against these Astros. Just the 8th appearance for Hendricks. Quite a bit of time on the disabled list, but he's back now, healthy. And first strike.
Liam dealing with some hip stuff.
Yep.
And again, we know how important it is. Lower half, really, of the baseball player in general, but obviously and specifically the pitcher.
Line drive, and that's a base hit to left field. Bregman has his first hit.
That'll extend his 9-game hitting streak to 10.
And that'll give the Astros
Number 27,
11 hits on the night.
HOU AT OAK.
Bregman, #1 draft pick. Springer, #1 pick. Correa, the #1 overall pick.
Well, I mean, Kipe, when you go up and down this lineup, we talked about it at the top. You think Springer leading baseball and leadoff home runs. Alex Bregman rolls into town with a 9-game hitting streak. Now at 10. Jose Altuve leading the world.
Yeah,
His batting average on the road over 400.
He's sitting on an 8-game hitting streak.
Yeah, then you just plug in that shortstop guy, the Correa guy. He'll be all right. Gurriel hitting over 400 with runners in scoring position.
Runner goes, and Altuve foul right side. Altuve checking his bat to make sure he didn't break it.
You can see here, top of the 9th, 6-3 ball game. You've got guys on base that can run. Altuve can handle the bat. Trying to get some offense in motion here. Altuve, 5 for 10, sees it well off Hendricks. Good chance to create some offense for the Houston Astros late in the game.
And Altuve has, let's see, 4 tonight, so he's got 276 at bats, and he's only struck out 41 times. That's pretty good.
He's a go-getter. He doesn't wait around really.
He's walked 19 times. So he doesn't walk a lot, does not strike out a lot, and that helps him get 200 hits every year.
I love it. I appreciate it. He's into action. He's into forcing the issue.
And it doesn't mean he doesn't give you good at bat and work the pitcher a little bit.
Right.
But he just is not afraid to jump on something early.
Well, again, he's playing to his strengths. We talked about Daniel Mingden, the ability to locate and throw the fastball for strikes early in the count today. That didn't quite work out as well as it has in the past, so you flip the script for Jose Altuve, not changing anything about his game, not looking to get deep into a count. He's up there to swing.
Strike 3 called, so Altuve called out on strikes. Jose Altuve 0 for 5.
A rare 0 for 5. And the rare caught looking for Jose Altuve as well.
Number 1,
we talk about his ability to create offense and force action. Well, Liam Hendricks turns him into a window shopper.
Well, it's just very strange to see Altuve take a strike at all, let alone a called third strike. He's usually up there cutting and slicing.
Yeah.
Correa swings and misses at the first pitch he sees. Correa homered in the 2nd. And then a ground out in the 3rd. Walked and scored in the 5th. Had a base hit in the 7th. 2 for 3. There's Ken Giles starting to warm up. Giles is the closer for the Astros. sliding inside. The pitch got inside, and it looks like Correa got jammed a little bit. So a good pitch by Hendricks.
And that's what you got to do against Carlos Correa. You got to get it in there, white line or better. When I say white line, again, I'm referencing the white inside line of that batter's box. Can't really see it on the ground here, but this thing starts to run and continues to chase Correa in. And it's 6'4" with long arms. He's just unable to pull the hands all the way in. See Evan Gaddis talking to him. What do you got there?
Yep. 2 outs for Gurriel with Bregman still at first base. In the bottom of the 9th, it'll be Lucroy, and then the top of the order, Fowler and Simeon against Ken Giles. One and 0. Hit high and foul. Up the count. Moving again.
Getting a little exercise in.
He's determined to get to second base.
Well, we've seen it a lot. You're down by 1. You scored that insurance run. A lot of times come up and score 1.
Nice.
It's making memories.
Not running this time, and the pitch is low. Mariners leading the Angels 5-3 in the 8th inning.
(5-3) in the 8th. Means it's a Colomé or Nicasio time.
Fowler hustling in, and Fowler's going to play it on a hop. A couple of hits for the Astros here in the 9th inning. Gurriel has a pair of hits tonight.
Well, again, trying to go away with this fastball. You can
Now
see
batting,
Gurriel tied up
number
inside.
22,
Strong enough just to fight this thing off. No splinters in the bat.
So here's Reddick, who's had a good night, 2 for 3. Josh Reddick, second year of that 4-year contract he signed as a free agent with the Astros. A pretty good deal. 4 years, $52 million for Josh Reddick.
Not bad.
He joined the Astros just about the right time.
Yeah, I'd say. And he's played a big part in their success.
Just about the right time.
You want to talk about landing safely and comfortably.
On the infield, Reddick slams his bat down. We kind of missed that. Slams his helmet down. We missed that too. Bottom of the 9th coming up.
by Toyota. Designed for the grind that comes through every time. See your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places. By Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. By Xfinity. X1 will change the way you experience TV. By SoFi, a modern finance company. And by Cresco, your #1 choice for tool and equipment rental with 19 stores to serve you in Northern California.
Last chance for the A's, trailing 6-3, bottom of the 9th inning. Then the Astros closer comes in, Ken Giles. Giles, first pitch to Lucroy, is in first strike. Giles is 10 for 10 in save opportunities. He does have a high ERA of 4.98 and giving up more hits than innings pitched, but just a couple of walks.
6 runs over his last 6 outings, which is why you see the ERA where it's at, but no doubt swing and miss type stuff.
His 3rd year with the Astros, came over in a pretty big trade with the Philadelphia Phillies. Giles had 34 saves last year for the world champion Astros.
He's also got a mean right hook, if I remember correctly.
And a mean cutting fastball at 98 miles an hour. And Lucroy swings and misses. So that's out #1 here in the 9th inning.
All that swing and miss stuff. You mentioned it, more punch outs than innings pitched.
Number 11, Dustin
He just gets around that four-seamer a little. True ride to the glove side.
So now to the top of the order. A's need a couple of base runners. They actually got the go-ahead run to the plate in the 8th inning after scoring a run. Chopped in the hole. Correa's not going to get it. So Fowler beats the shift. Bregman was in a little bit. The ball bounced over his head. So Fowler's 2 for 5.
You got the corner in, taking away any sort of potential bunt threat out of Fowler. Maybe anything slapped away. You see there, Bregman towards the 6 hole. It's the Bay Area version of the Baltimore chop.
Yep, it'll work. Fowler with great speed. So here's Simeon. Simeon is 1 for 4. He singled in the 1st inning. Since then, he has hit 3 fly balls to right field. Mariners have added another run. It's now 6-3. Mariners over the Angels in the 8th inning. Fastball at 97 miles an hour, down and in. 5 at-bats for Simeon against Giles. Got a home run and 3 strikeouts.
Good time to pile on.
Fouled at the plate. Giles made just a couple appearances in the World Series last year. He really struggled.
Yeah.
And the bullpen for the Astros, which is very good all year long, but they started to leak oil in the World Series. And luckily, they had Peacock as a long reliever, and then Charlie Morton took over in Game 7.
Stepped up massively. You're right, Kipe. If you were going to pick out a weaker spot, not a weak spot, but maybe something about that club that isn't as strong as the other aspects, it would be their bullpen.
Well, yeah, you feel like, and again, we are nitpicking.
Oh,
you feel like there's not a dominant guy down, and they may get one. about the guy from Baltimore? He's back. He's pretty dominant. Just off the disabled list. Somebody's going to get him. 2-2 pitch toward left center. Reddick is over there. Reddick waits, and that's the second out. So now Lowry has to get on to give Chris Davis and his 17 home runs a chance. Lowry 0 for 3. He was hit by a pitch in the 8th inning.
Now
that happened with one out, and he ended up scoring a run.
Jed Lowry.
Well, nothing better to get Jed back on track here, get himself a late inning knock, pass the baton to KD.
And Lowry swings and misses. Nasty pitch there. Lots of downward movement.
Yeah, bottom just falls out.
Full shift on. Bregman playing in at the shortstop spot, and now it's 0-2. Threw the same pitch again.
It's another great slider down towards the back foot of Lowry. This thing has quite a bit of depth here.
And Correa, Altuve, and Gurriel on the right side. Strike 3 called right on the outside corner, and that's the ball game. So Giles gives up a hit, but nothing else. Gaddis has 5 RBIs, and the Astros take game 1 of the series. So Giles gets his 11th save. McCullers gets his 8th win of the year. Daniel Migden takes the loss for the Athletics. 2 hours and 57 minutes was your time of game. And the attendance tonight at the Coliseum, 11,742. Final score, game 1 of the series, the Astros defeat the Athletics 6-3. All right, time now for A's post-game live here on NBC Sports California. Let's throw it to the guys in the studio. Brody Brazil, you're in charge.